It's that simple. And this is why the demons are working on it. The demons have this general principle. If they can't get you to fall subjectively, they'll get you to objectively offend God, because really their beef is with God. Although once in a while their beef is with us too. One time I was dealing with Beelzebub and he just says, "I hate your guts." And I said, "No, you don't hate me, you hate him." He says, "Oh, I hate him, but I hate you too." Okay, fair enough. All right. So, but the point is that they'll try and get people to objectively offend God by doing these things when they don't know. Okay. So it's a legal contract. The foundation is a natural law structure, institution that God established through the natural law, with a sacrament layered on top of it. That's the nature of marriage. The tradition is absolutely clear that one must render the marital debt. That is, if one of the spouses reasonably asks for the conjugal act, it must be rendered. If it's reasonable, it must be rendered. Otherwise, it's mortally sinful to deny that request. So if you look at Prumer, who was kind of a moralist before, he was one of the best moralists before Vatican II, but you can find it in pretty much any moralist. He says, as often as the other spouse reasonably and seriously seeks the conjugal debt, sometimes called the marital debt, the other spouse is held out of justice to render it, and indeed under the pain of mortal sin. This has been the teaching of the church from the beginning until now. This is one of the reasons why St. Paul says, be subject to one another. Now, at another place he says, wives, be subject to your husbands, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But they have to be subject to each other. The demons suggest to people various things which make them think they have sufficient reason to deny the marital debt. You know, he's not being romantic, therefore you can deny the marital debt. Or they tend to think that rendering the marital debt after marriage is something that's voluntary. Well, in a certain sense it is, because you have to choose to actually fulfill your obligations. But it's not voluntary in the sense that after you're married, that somehow or another it's at your discretion when you pass out this goodie, so to speak.